Have you ever opened a beer bottle and just stared at the cap? That little metal ring with the sharp edges. You've probably done it 1,000 times, never giving it a second thought. Well, let me tell you, that little cap has a story, a history full of drama, engineering, and cold, hard cash. And the biggest question of all, why does it have exactly 21 ridges? Stick around, because this is the true story of the beer bottle cap. It all started back in the late 1800s with a guy named William Painter. Painter was fed up with corks. They were unreliable. They let the air in, made the beer go flat, and sometimes they just tasted weird. So he had a brilliant idea. What if a bottle had a little metal hat to keep the fizz inside and the beer tasting fresh? In 1892, he patented his invention, the crown cork. We just call it a bottle cap. Now, those little ridges, or crimps, aren't just for decoration. They're the teeth of the operation. They bite down under the lip of the bottle, creating a super tight seal that holds in all that carbon dioxide that makes beer so good. If that seal isn't perfect, the beer leaks, goes flat, and you get a sad, disappointing drink. And nobody wants that. So, why 21 ridges? Was it a magic number? Not exactly. As breweries grew from small workshops to massive factories, they started using machines to bottle beer at incredible speeds. These machines were picky. They needed every single cap to be identical, so they wouldn't jam the production line. A stopped line meant lost money, and that made the bosses very unhappy. Engineers and inventors went to work. They tried caps with 24 ridges, 26 ridges, even 20, but they found that too many ridges made the cap too fragile, too few, and it wouldn't seal properly, leading to leaks. Through tons of trial and error, a consensus slowly formed. The number 21 was the perfect compromise. It provided the best possible seal while also feeding smoothly through the high-speed bottling machinery. It was the sweet spot where engineering and economics met. Of course, inside that cap, there's a little plastic liner. This is crucial because it keeps the beer from touching the metal and getting a metallic taste. Originally, Painter used a thin slice of cork. Over the years, that evolved into modern food-safe plastics. Those 21 ridges pressed down on this liner evenly, creating that airtight seal that's so important. The invention of the crown cap didn't just change bottling, it changed culture. It made bottled beer reliable, allowing brands to ship their products far and wide. Suddenly, you could get the same beer in Chicago as you could in New York. This created national brands and the advertising that went with them. And what about the bottle opener? The crown cap created the need for this simple tool, and with it, a new ritual. Popping a cap is just so satisfying, right? It's like the perfect cue to relax, unwind, and start the fun. It's a sound that's woven into the fabric of our social lives. Over the years, people even turned these disposable caps into art, creating mosaics, tabletops, and all kinds of folk art. They became tiny, metallic canvases for creativity, physical evidence of thousands of small celebrations. Now, you might be thinking, what about twist-offs? Twist-off caps are a different technology entirely, using threads on the bottle. While they're convenient, many brewers, especially in the craft beer world, stick with the classic crown cap. It's cheap, it's incredibly reliable, and let's be honest, it has a certain aesthetic, a connection to tradition. So, the next time you pop open a cold one, take a moment to appreciate that little piece of engineering in your hand. Those 21 ridges aren't some random design choice. They're the result of over a century of innovation, problem solving, and the relentless pursuit of the perfect bottle of beer. It's a story of how a tiny, simple design can have a massive impact on an entire global industry. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more stories behind the everyday things we take for granted. Cheers.